Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Anno 1800, the world's most stressful city builder, yet, paradoxically, one of the most cozy city builders too. Previously, we had just cleaned up a devastating plague that rendered a huge portion of my farmer workforce offline, causing a massive slowdown of the economy overall. Sounds like something that happened just recently in real life, but with a new hospital build, we were able to clear it up just nicely. And now we can refocus our efforts on rebalancing the economy and progressing in the new world. So, without any further delay, let's begin. I've got a task list of things that I have written down on the side here that I want to get done, so we're going to hop through those really quickly. It's just for the very early game, some issues I want to kind of solve. We obviously are low on money, we're bleeding money right now, it'll be all fine. So, there's a fire here in Albion. We don't actually have a fire station, so we'll just pop that in real quickly. The next thing is that over towards Eli Bleakworth, we have a current ongoing quest right now called a lock-in. 28 minutes to go. Deliver 7 tons of champagne. So we've got soap on the way up here to give us a quick cash injection, but we're also escorting it with another ship called the Hot Kipper, which has these 7 champagne tons on it. So it's really close by, so we'll just wait for that in a moment. The other thing then is I've noticed Alonso Garves, or is it Graves? Graves. I always want to say Garv. Anyway, he's been chasing down the pirates, which is pretty cool. So I'm hoping to send up my ships, my gunboats, and pick up anything that he leaves behind. And see how that works. Now, we've got a few items on these ships. Right now, one of my frigates has a Fool on it. And the Fool seems to remove the need for a variety theater. So we haven't actually built a town hall or anything yet. So that's something I'd like to get going with soon. We have another ship here that picked up a former Corsair. So it's going to give us a little bit of a bonus to combat with this one. The other thing is I'd like to get building another ship. So I'm going to make another frigate. And then we'll make a clipper after that and really start pumping out more ships, basically. I'm tempted to get a second shipyard and really bump the workforce, but we'll talk about that in a moment. So let's make this money. Alright, 30,000. Love to see it. We'll send this back. And we'll deliver the quest.
Have your investigation back on the
now, this is a frigate. I'm going to send this one over towards those pirates that were kind of roaming around the coast here. So just to open up the map a bit bigger, you can see the 3 purple ships chasing down one of the pirates right now. So obviously if we kill pirates, then Alonso is pretty happy with us. It'd be nice to raise his reputation even further. Just for a recap on the reputation situation, 84 with Dr. Hugo, 75 with Beryl, and 64 with Alonso Graves. Jean Lafortune, we are on the cusp of getting him in good relations, but it's probably not going to happen. I want to send some frigates to the New World rather than just give him loads of money right now, because we just don't really have that much. I imagine in 10 or so episodes, then we'll start being able to flood them with money and put the pirates on our side, but it's going to be a little difficult to do that in the early game anyway. Okay, so next thing I have on my list is balancing some of the things over here. So we want to add a new bakery. So our bakeries are all located out here. Currently, the bread situation is such that we are just slightly underproducing. I think at the end of the last episode, did I reset? I reset almost everything in terms of percentages that we make, so we can kind of work from a base level understanding now and bump things up. It's just that happiness is fluctuating a little bit because we're short on things like beer. So in our trade union here, we are actually removing the need for flour, and just using grain straight up in a bakery. So we'll just put another one down here. Probably have to move some of these other things as well. So let's see how the grain situation is going to handle that then. Yep, it looks okay actually, even with that building down. So that should be enough. Sorry, we'll just hop back in real quick to bread. Yep, just slightly over the line, but that's fine for now. I think. We might have to maybe give them a tiny little bump and they could handle that just okay. But as you can see, the workforce is a little low. So something else we can do. The next requirement they have is tea. So if you remember it, this is one of the modded types of buildings, okay? So this isn't normal to the game. This is a terraced worker house. So basically it's a denser version of workers. You can pack more of them into the same space, and they kind of look like an estate, you know, an estate in the UK or something like that. At least that's what it looks like over here. So they need tea. And in order to make tea, we actually need engineers, or at least we need to be able to make reinforced concrete to just build the building. It only requires artisans and workers, but unfortunately the construction material isn't something we can get right now, and I don't think we can buy it, as far as I remember, so won't be able to get that right away. But what we could get is actually hop over that one and go straight for tools, which will give us 24 coins per household for the terraced workers only. So that could be decent. I think as well, am I wrong in thinking that maybe the pescatarians require tools?
Between have and have not.
No. They want sewing machines, though, and a variety theater. So these guys could maybe get a variety theater. Or, sorry, the town hall over here instead of a variety theater. That might look a little nicer. Ship under attack.
You can rely on us.
That's a bold move. Got him.
Steady her course.
Now, my gunboats have arrived here. Yeah, there is some debris. I knew it. Let's go grab that as well. See if we can just pick that up real quick. So this is Alonso. So he's totally fine with me. We're working together at the moment to take out these guys. And what I'd like to do is also just bump up gun production, start delivering some, what's it called, like defenses out on this coastline here, because just over there is the pirate island. So, you know, we've got a pretty good radius right now. If you can't quite see that, it's basically, if you follow my mouse here, it's basically along that line. So they can kind of creep through that gap. But by using the coast a little bit, if we could just even see where the coast is, just to select anything that can go out in the ocean. There we go. Maybe with the cannon towers, we can get pretty far over to the edge there. And then all you'd have to do is put a ship of the line sitting right there or nearby and be able to handle them pretty easily. So we're boxing them in, and it's been working well. So let's see what we picked up.
She's small, but she's keen.
17 sails, kind of lame. 36 barrels of rum. That'll do for a little bit.
Coordinates plotted.
So let's do some upgrading. It's difficult to know whether or not I should upgrade more farmers into workers or just place more terraced worker households. I'm opting for the latter. I think would be better. So that way we're not losing any farmers. We're just gaining workers, potentially. And I like the idea of building like a big estates down here. So people have asked, you know, when am I going to do some time lapses and things of that nature? It's still going to be a while. Well, it could actually be in the next episode. I might do the first one. Bit of a reshuffling and a reordering of this area here. The reason I don't want to do it just now is because we're bleeding money. I just gotta let things settle a little bit, be a bit more consistent, and then I'll be comfortable to, you know, sort of take a break from the onslaught of stuff that you have to keep up with in the game. I admit, in the last two episodes really, I've been a bit overly focused on those things. And I sort of get bogged down. I'm like, oh my god, there's so much going on. Notifications are popping. There's quests going off all over the place and things like that. But I think I'm comfortable now. We've got the islands we need. And I totally forgot, like I mentioned in the previous one, that we have Manola to get up in the New World eventually. So we're kind of okay here too. So on this island, which I haven't named actually any of these yet, I'm just trying to make sure we have everything. So we have pearls here. We've got basically everything we need across these two islands, and we know that Manola is going to be another one we get. I'm tempted to go for this one, so just for a wider picture again, we've got this one and this one. Tempted to go for this one because it has orchid fertility. So we have coca, we have tobacco, coffee, pearls, herbs. Pretty good, right? We've got gold, oil, all of that stuff. This one's got orchid. I'm still trying to buy the one from Beryl, but we're so low on money, and people reckon that she'll go to war with me straight away if we do that. Which probably is the case, but I would hope if that would be the case. Speaking of war,
I'm sorry. This is the only.
I would hope if that was the case, we could still piece her out and maybe build her back up. You know, because it's so early, I'm not worried too much about tons of warships coming my way, because the AI is just going to be churning them out. You know, they don't really operate by the same rules that we do, so they can kind of pump them out quicker than we can. So you got to be a bit careful with it. Just making sure that these guys all have access to everything they need. Yeah, just the market, the school, the church, that kind of thing. All right, so tools. Tools is actually easy enough as well. So tools, that's okay. Tools is just going to be a steel and wood combined in a tools workshop. 80 workers. So bit of a chicken and egg situation, but I reckon we can put it down and then get the workforce we need to sustain it. It'll just take a little while. So let's do that. I'm not really too sure where, but somewhere over towards the iron, I suppose, would make the most sense. So, a quest. You work for something greater now. It's the ultimate blessing I can bestow. A major Cyclodeon exhibition literature. Wow. It's worth 64,000. Affects town halls. Yeah, just give me that for the money. So what do we have to do? Pick up at Mercier's revolutionary clipper, the Masked Stranger. We've got the Masked Stranger. We'll drop off that rum, which, if I'm not mistaken, we don't have any rum, so that should start bringing up the money again. Yeah, just for a little while anyway. Soften the blow. So we've got the Masked Stranger. That's funny, I was actually thinking of using that avatar instead of the one I went with, but I decided to go with a younger Hans von Schlong, basically, as a nod to the old series. Okay, so this is a frigate. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just send it to wherever it needs to go. We have to slip past the patrols up here. Fair enough. Let me know when you get here, and then we'll micro it around. Now, we're still making a frigate here. We've got 1, 2. You drop off your thing. I'm going to send 2 frigates to the New World, because we just got declared war on by the pirates up there, so we need some sort of defenses up there just to make sure things are okay. So we'll drop off the Fool. Oh, I kind of want to... Yeah, okay, we'll just drop it off here for now. Right, you and you can now go to the New World. Off you go. Right, so let's get our clipper. I'm going to pick up the Fool again and drop him over on the other island, because the Pescatarians could use the Fool. Instead of building a variety theater for them, we'll save a little bit of money and stuff, which I think would be worthwhile. Alright, so we'll do that. Let's go over here. Great, so the town hall for this region is going to go... That's not the right thing. This one. Obviously, it'd be good to have it somewhat centered, although we could just move some of the houses, the more upgraded ones, closer to me.
Everything's rather...
That is a pickled vegetable building. Maybe we put that somewhere further up here. Oh, I can see why. It's near the warehouse. Yeah. Okay. Well, just for now. I always say for now, but... Okay, yeah. I don't want to move that either. I need to... Basically, I'm like, oh, the town hall would be great there. But then, that's kind of like the idea is like it's a little production hub for the Pescatarians. I like the idea of them living in and around the things that they make. Our harbor's under attack. Do we have our flagship up here? Let's chase that guy down, if we can. He might not actually make it away. He's come all the way into the bay. Yeah, maybe not. Oh yeah, the flagship will definitely take him out. If he doesn't make it out of there himself. He's slowing down dramatically. One more hit. Take the shot. There we go. It's coming.
It was worth a shot.
Nailed him. Alright, we'll bring the clipper in here as well. And then we'll have a bit of a work... Oh, you know what? I should have brought over some steel beams. Damn. Oh, there's 34 here, actually. We can still settle another island. Okay. Won't be too bad.
Beautiful you are.
Alonso's loving it. Right, we'll drop off the Fool. I feel like a bit of a fool now because I'm taking so long with this. Okay, here's what we'll do. The orchard here doesn't really make full sense. This would make more sense across from the library and the community center, and it covers the majority of the households here, so that's fine. So this came from this building. Just give me a second, news guy. And this has the reach to go further out here. In fact, we only need that bit. Okay, good. That makes more sense, huh? Now, what do you need?
Oh, impeccable timing, as always.
Riot chance is pretty nasty. Let's just... I don't want to affect the needs consumption because it just throws me off too much. But we could throw down some money. If we're going to use propaganda, might as well
But you can't just
use a good amount of it. Can I see where... Oh yeah, there's my influence there. I suppose 15% then. Can you do 15 and then 10? Oh my god. Should we do that? Bump us out of the money hole that we're in? Sure. Hey, there we go. That's good. Now we're making 4,500. It's all fake money, though.
I think you've earned the right to a slow death.
Oh, no. Oh, you don't like propaganda? Okay, well.
You gained an
What are we missing? Oh, you need glass? You need windows and... Yeah, so this is something people are annoyed at as well. Need to set up... Okay, hang on. That's in the old world. Not too worried about that. Need to set up a trade route delivering construction material. I often get lazy with this kind of thing. So... We want bricks. I can actually only make bricks on this island. The other 3 I have no clay deposits. Kind of crazy. So we'll always be making bricks here, basically. So bricks, I guess some steel beams, some windows. Unload it all. And we'll assign a ship. The Merlin is in the New World. Just anything in the Old World, please.
Constructed.
Another ship has just been made. Good. Stick to the Old World, and we'll just call it Construction Delivery. Ideally, you go around to the other islands as well. We'll just wait on this one for a little bit, and then we'll add some more in the future. Okay. Now, the only other thing would be setting a reserve. Always have at least 70. I think that's a reasonable amount to have to build most things. Maybe 50. I think we must have just taken the steel right now, because it's all gone. And then maybe 50 here as well. That must have just happened, did it? Surprisingly, no. Really? We've got no windows? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong island. That's why. I'm a professional. Alright, let's do this again. So, 75. Yeah, I'm gonna say... Well, let's say... No, I'm gonna still say 50. I'm gonna stick to my guns. And we'll say 50 with this as well. Alright. That gives us enough to be able to build with it. Oh, okay, at least we've automated some things. I'm just going to check over my notes and see what we haven't done yet. So we haven't built this, the Variety Theater. We'll do that.
To be thankful for.
So that's going to give us a decent amount of money as well. So that's going to be 6 happiness and 7 coin per household. Oh my god, they're shooting my poor little flagship. Flagship can take these guys down, right? We picked up sails. Not great. When are our other ships getting here, huh? Hopefully not too long now. They might actually come in right at the nick of time from the edge of the map or something and be able to take them out. By the looks of it, we've come in from over there. Trying to bob and weave left and right so you can fire both sides of your guns. Nah, that's okay, whatever. So, let's just hop out and see where are those ships. They're about halfway. Yeah, they're taking a while. Okay. Okay, good. So money is in a pretty good state right now. Let me go over these things again. So
Happens to the best of us.
I've looked that we need a little bump. Yeah, so I couldn't provide him with fur coats. There was a quest for that. We don't make fur coats right now. I'm cheating it by using a mod that we use alternate production chains, and we're using the alternate production chain of making suits instead to fulfill that instead. So yeah, because of that, we weren't actually ready to be able to do that quest, which is interesting. So place a tools factory is the next thing. Oh yeah, I haven't done that yet. Or did I? No, I did, didn't I? Yeah, we did. We're starting to make some now. So I didn't actually check against what it's consuming. So it's consuming steel, which is either full or... Yeah, it seems to be working just fine. And then the raw material of timber or wood. It says up to 28, but it's going all the way down to 8. Again, maybe it's just full right now? It actually is. So I'll just leave it, even though it seems like we're making slightly less than we need. Maybe we could just bump it ever so slightly. 5%? They barely even feel it. You know, just work 5% harder, guys. It's not that hard. Other thing, maybe another pier here. Just leave it there for a moment and maybe upgrade it when we get time. Okay, well, economy's looking better now. We can go over some of our consumables and see are we okay. So I just bumped fish, but it wasn't enough. We're at 17. Let's do 10% then. That should be enough now. 18. Schnapps is a little slow as well. So let's just turn on 2 of these.
When you're ready.
I might need to also produce or provide them with another warehouse option on this side of things. I feel like on that side of things too. For when they expand. Alright, so that's that handled. Work clothes. So work clothes I think we make over here, but we have to check against both islands. So we're slightly low now for that. Okay. So let's have a look. So I did build quite a lot over here.
No space left here.
But I think someone pointed this out in the comments. They were like, I think you'd put down twice as many sheep farms than you did actually for framework knitters to actually make the work clothes. And I think you're right. It seems like we have way more than we need. So yeah, good call on that. Because I put 2 down, but there's 4 of these. The reason for that layout initially is because I always have a little extra for sail making. But we don't really need that on this island anyway, so... That's why that happened, but good catch. I wouldn't have caught it. There is an industrial framework knitters and a textile factory. The production cycle is only 10 seconds. It's 125 workers. So it's 3 times faster than this. Oh my days. Pirates are getting aggressive, man. They're after coming deep in there. Stay out of that. Stay next to base. You transfer that in as well and get nice and nimble. All right, we'll chase these guys away. Our frigates are coming. Actually, they just arrived.
Stations.
Yeah, let's chase this guy down. So, what do you have? Damage to ships 30%. Good. So I'm going to move out a little bit to this direction, and then we'll see if we can use the wind to our advantage somewhat. There we go. We're taking shots now. That'll slow him down. Good night. Again, I didn't start this war, but we'll have to just keep on top of it. I'm keeping an eye on the radar to see where these ships are. Are you coming into my base? That's actually great. If you come into... This bay is actually working out in our favor. Because they kind of come in and then they hit that red line and then they back out. I'm going to move this ship forward. And we're going to send these guys down here. Actually, just stay there for now. A lot of micro here, but we'll hop back in... Just a sec. Yeah, okay. Flagship, get moving. Alright, cool. Let me just build a couple... Oh no, I was going to make the new textile one. That's it. So let's just put that there and I'll check it out in a minute. Just to get work clothes moving again in case we suffer a shortage. So they're flying away. They're backing off. We do have a smaller gunboat rolling around here. And what did we pick up? We picked up sails again. 17. Alright, they're actually rotating around and coming back in. If we can lure them into the bay and then hit them from behind with these two, that'd be perfect. So let's just see if we can do that. I kind of want to just... Oh, they've actually splintered off a little bit.
Ship under attack.
So one's gone left, one's gone into the bay. We'll turn this ship around then and start fighting. They're not going to engage the guns at the bay anyway, so... Drop anything, I gotta pick it up. Gotta see what's there. We are going against the wind though now. More sails. We're going to be slow AF.
New orders, Admiral.
Alright, cool. I haven't built any of the really cool ships just yet either with the Imperial shipyard, but I'm happy with these so far. Until we get a bit more serious. And make more guns and stuff. It's going to take a while to build it up.
You can rely on us.
Alright, I don't see many more on the map. We don't have the full map uncovered here, but I would hope that there isn't really that many more pirates, really, for a while, so we can chill out after a bit. Wow, the amount of deposits on that tiny island there. Alright, nice. We pinned them against the reef. I still haven't found that other one, though. We lost them somewhere in the fog of war over there. Did a decent amount of damage to me on this one as well. You stay with him. Oh, is that him there? Yeah, that's him. Okay, let's circle around this way. What did we get? We got something special. A child's letter. Please, Papa, come home safe and sound. Oh, that's so sad. Alright, so we're going to go here, and then I'm holding shift and then right-click that ship, and hopefully that works out. We'll see how it goes. They just keep going back and forth into the bay. They've got one more ship just in the distance. There, a gunboat. Alright, we'll hop back in just a moment. So I just want to check on the clothes situation now. So we're still producing more than enough wool, and work clothes is way over the amount we need. The great thing with this kind of building is we can use that workforce to make far more work clothes. Use the worker workforce rather than the farmer workforce. And maybe turn off some of these framework knitters. So I'll just power these down for a moment. Right? Holding Shift F turns them all off at the same time. I'm going to go with a second one of these. Now we'll have a look. So it's only 2 buildings. I haven't mathed it out, but that's 12. And we need 13. So we could just go with maybe a soft one, like just one, and then 2 of these more upgraded, modded versions. If we want to get real crazy, we could delete the other buildings and maybe add in some silos for the farms. That would produce dung, and the dung we could use on the farms here. That would work really nicely, so I think we'll do that. Let's hop back to the New World, see how it's going, our little chase. So they must have lost them in the fog of war. Oh wow, he's actually just backing away from me. Yeah, just keep him going towards the bay. That's totally fine by me. Lock him in there. Blockade him with these 2 ships. Speaking of ships, again, just have to hop back, and I kind of want to queue up getting another one built. Maybe a ship of the line. What do you say? Big fat defender. 30 guns. We've got 30. Sure. Let's have some fun with it. And then we've got a quest.
Can you do this without complaining, pig crap?
Yes, I'll read that later. I didn't even see what it was. I'm assuming it's a destruction quest, though. My eyes were focused elsewhere. Alright, so We've got 2 of their ships, 3 of mine. Let's turn this way. Just gonna throw that sails overboard for a moment. They're not that important to me.
Ship under attack.
Alright, pretty good. You just keep following that way. You keep following as well. This ship's gonna go for the smaller one if we can catch him. But I don't think we can. We're going against the wind and we're damaged. Oh, he does actually. Oh no, that's the Alonso. I was just checking the radar, but it's purple ships. Alright, cool. Taking a bit of a beating, so it'd be good to go and rest up for a little bit in our bay. Just heal. Maybe build a repair crane if we could. I think you need steel for that. And we need to send out some material here. So let's see. What is a repair crane? How much is it? So you need 200 yoneleros. Okay. I'll have to wait for that. Alright, we'll let them just catch up, get back into the bay. That was good though, right? We dealt with the pirates over there. It's, you know, takes time, but at least we can take our mind off it for a little while. So now, we have a frigate here and another frigate with an item on it. Oh yeah, we had to scurry past this thing. I forgot about that. How much time do we have? Oh, it doesn't actually have a timer. Okay. That should work just fine, I reckon. Because the wind is going with us. Or will be. So their 2 patrol ships are there. Really small patrol range. I've just told them to sneak around the side here. No. 80,000. I don't think so. So 21 pigs need to be delivered to a clipper.
Let terror lead you to deliverance.
He's happy I destroyed a pirate ship. Must be still fighting out there. How many? 21. Okay. So that's sorted now as well. All good. Let's actually just see what Beryl... Or sorry, not Beryl. Hugo is buying. Is he buying anything? Sausages glow spectacles for 4,500 each. God damn.
The wind has switched. You have the courage of your conviction.
We got it. Our ship made it in there. So let's just check this item. So it affects town halls and it adds 40 attractiveness. That's, I mean, I don't really care about that. Celebrated writers gather to present their inspirations in the town hall, and in the evenings recite excerpts of their attacks against the state. Well, here you go, 64,000. Maybe we can see if we can buy an item now. Happiness and workforce +3. Well, for almost the same price, it's like a trade. We've spent, you know, 6,000 to buy that item. And that's going to give us 30% workforce at the expense of just -3. That's not bad. Oh, it's cool. It actually tells you the items already owned underneath now.
Cycle of poverty.
You're buying a share in Brundisium. I don't think so. Nip that in the bud. Alright, let's come back and get this extra workforce. Maybe in the farmers it would be good to do that, because there's no way to build terraced farmers. You can build terraced workers and artisans, so we can make them more dense. We can't really do that with farmers, so they're so spread out right now, and we kind of need more and more. Although those pescatarians are quite good for that, but yeah. Now, do we have what we need here yet? We're still lacking on steel, so we're waiting on steel deliveries. Oh, actually, while we're up here, let's buy some steel. It never ends, does it? Some anarchist defectors are requesting asylum on your island. Yep, that's totally fine by me.
You've got our interests at heart.
You've got our interests at heart. That was
You never asked questions. Who doesn't ask questions?
movement speed 15%. A pilot. We'll pop him into one of those ships. Yeah, why not? Onto the ship of the line, maybe. Let's go buy some steel.
Keep her constant.
Keep it constant. So, there's a lot to think about and do still, as always. People had mentioned go to Mbesa. You can buy some watches, pocket watches from Archibald, sell them to Katima, make I think 2 or 3 grand profit on each one, something crazy. We'll do all that, you know, in good time. Priorities are still getting to like engineers first here, and sustaining and maintaining the economy here at least first, and then kind of expanding beyond. Just want to see, beer was the other thing next. So we've placed the tools factory. We should be making
Is this for me?
almost enough tools. I think we'll have to bump them. Maybe, let's say 20%. Let's say yes to that.
Good dog.
Right, so we got dynamite. Usable in a trade union. Oh, not a ship. How do I just look up the item? No? Oh, it's a trade union? I don't know. I'm obviously doing something a bit silly. I know it's on my ship, not in the town, but I thought you could
Ship
just look up
under
any item
attack.
there. Ship under attack.
Ready?
Chase him down. Where are the other ones? There. Go pick this stuff up. Debris could be worth a lot, you know? If we pick up rum again, that's a good amount of money for a while. Alright, so which ship had the debris, the dynamite on it? This one. Okay, so here it is. Usable in a trade union, productivity 100%, explosion chance 50 for all mines. I see. Ship under attack.
You can rely on us.
Again, it's a gunboat. These guys are on all-out attack. I want to change that to active defense.
Coordinates plotted.
Should be able to handle them just fine, but this ship has veered off out of the bay a little further than I would have liked.
Make sail.
And they're going to be slow because they're carrying a lot of stuff as well. Let's just throw that overboard, and they're damaged. Alright, we'll just tilt ourselves a little bit so we can keep the angle. Oh man, combat just never ends. Oh, we picked up forged steel shells. When activated, damage to ships 50%. That's good to have. Sure. Alright. Let's pick that up, and then we'll pick this up. Ooh, a mortar. Nice, we're getting some decent items.
New orders, Admiral.
This guy's actually at full health, so that's good. So we'll pick up the sails, we'll just come back in, and then we'll just let these guys heal. I really want to build that repair crane, but we need more Jornaleros for that. Alright, so they're heading back in. Let's leave the New World now for a while. They're on active defense. They shouldn't veer out of here. Let's send our ship back home. So that's 2 frigates that we have here. Drop those items in. So now we need a town hall here. If we could do that. And then we can get a boost to workforce. We're not in desperate need of it right now, so I guess I'll hold off just for a little bit. It's good to know that we can do that. Whereas here we do actually need to build this still. We're in need of 20 steel beams. So we just dropped some off here. Maybe we could just make that manual trade. Although it's supposed to just happen. So soon, the next pickup I think it'll probably happen because we just dropped some off, right? So hopefully that just kind of automates itself. We're making a ship of the line. After that, Clipper, please. Good. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of tempting, actually. If we can make a... we have the workforce to build 2 of these at the same time now. So let's do a Clipper here. Increase that volume. Alright, cool. So let me go through my notes. I can't believe... I thought I'd blow through all these notes really quickly of the tasks that I've written down. Place the tools. Oh yeah, the brewery. Okay. It's good to write these things down. So we're not making enough beer. That's why money is fluctuating a lot. If you go all islands, not that that should matter. Yeah, we're underperforming by a lot. So again, before I get ahead of myself, we'll go back over to Brundisium. We wanted to have a look at these buildings, right? So this is the framework knitters, but the factory version. So it's the textile factory. So it's pumping them out way quicker than it was before. It's a bigger building. Just thought we'd have a look and appreciate it for all its glory. It looks quite cool, actually, with the 2 layers to it. Nice visual upgrade to this one. And then the concrete bottom to it as well. More of a factory kind of building. So what we're looking for next then would be the upgraded version of what we just looked at over here, which was beer. So here. So we have beer and then advanced beer production. So advanced beer, you can actually get it an industrial malt house as well. Production cycle is only 5 seconds, 50 workers, whereas a regular one is 25 workers, but it's 30 seconds. Wow, it actually takes a huge amount of time. So for only double the workers, what is it? You get like 5 times the amount or something, or 6 times the amount, I think? Something like that. That actually seems really almost too good. I don't mind when it's a straight upgrade because the size of the building is probably a little bigger and stuff. So I get it. It's not just about the raw numbers. The maintenance cost has to be factored. A few of these things have to be factored in. But I do like it when it's a bit of a trade-off. It's like, oh, it uses artisans instead of farmers or workers or whatever. And that way it's more of a, okay, it's not a direct upgrade. You have to kind of think about it. So yeah, we won't have the workforce for the large brewery because we just built extra stuff. Let me see. I think we can get 1 more of these estates in here. And we'll maybe leave it at that for a little bit. And then we'll just try to match our, what's it called? statistics to fit all of this. We'll put in some nice ornaments, and I'll do a nice little time lapse of this area. The estates, and then maybe a park or something around the church and a bit more space around it. But yeah, a lot of the stuff's going to move. So the idea is that all the artisans probably put them up around and onto the cliff edges. Workers can kind of be in a bit more rows, and same with the farmers. Then down here, I want a sort of industrial docklands. We'll have the actual docklands as well then down here. And then just in from them will be some of the estates and things. So I think that's going to look awesome, especially with some, you should see some of the ornaments we have in the mods. Amazing, like so cool. Well, I say amazing. A lot of them are just like breaking out, you know, props and assets and things that were in the game already, but into their own things, so we can kind of play around with them with a bit more freedom. Here they are, industrial ornaments. So while it might not look like that much, there's actually like a huge amount of variations in them. So a platform metal, just pop that down for a second. There's 15 variants, so you can really get a lot out of just one type of thing, and you can kind of lock them together and make walkways and things like that. And there's a parking garage, which is kind of crazy, but interesting. So all, you know, we're gonna have a field day with that stuff, especially the industrial ones. They look really cool. I wonder, was that a negative attraction? Because I got rid of it and things became more beautiful. Anyway, I digress. There's just so much to think about. Okay, so we're trying to make more beer. So here is our malt house. So we could just go with the standard brewery, but I am aiming to just get more workers. That's why I put down that estate. Let's see, 15 seconds or 1 minute. So it's effectively 4 times as good. So we could turn off these two. Put down this one.
Ship constructed.
Just do it somewhere here. And then just see, hey, our ship of the line is made. So for hops, how many hops are we consuming? So we need twice as many hops. And then the malt is the intermediate. So we need twice as much malt, and then that's going to require more grain. Now, instead of the industrial malt house, although it does seem to provide so much more, I think we will go with that. What does it require? It is a lot of steel. It's a bit early for the amount of steel that we need. How much was this one? It's 20 as well. Yeah, I guess that's a bit of a drawback. Okay, we could just go with another regular malt house. It's only 4 steel. Let's see if that works itself out. So just to go over the numbers, the wheat is just a bit low, but we can bump that in a second. The malt should be okay, and the hops need to be doubled. So just real quickly with the ship of the line, I'm going to put this on a patrol out here.
We shall be vigilant.
Oh, nice. We picked up 38 barrels of rum. So let's bring that back. Let's bring all the gunboats back. Let's drop some of this stuff in. So our next clipper is being made. And yeah, I'll just make another one at the same time. So once these two are made, then we'll just ease off on the shipyard and I'll get some of our workforce back again.
Stations.
Do we have any quests right now? No. One of my routes has a minor issue. Don't know which one. Don't think it matters. Alright, anyways. Back over here to Brundisium. We needed to kind of create some synergies with our farms here. So, we're actually out of dung on the other island, because if you remember, I turned off, I think, a lot of the pig farms, so they're not getting any dung from those. We're not getting any dung from these either, because we need to add on the little brick things, or silos. But we did just remove the need for the framework knitters. So it's created some space. So we could reorganize this place just a little bit and see what happens. See if we can make it work. Not sure how, but I know that ideally, you know, we just place these in. You could just do it on the sides, actually, but it might look kind of weird. So there's one. That'll be another one. We could bring those closer together. There's room for something there, but I just don't know what. Maybe we could tuck these in further, so that could come in that way. This could empty out space on this side. It's a whole different game, really, doing this, or like style of building with these, then. Put something like that. Another silo. So they need to be fed grain, so we have to increase grain production. And then why can't we build that? What are we lacking? Timber. Really? Oh yeah, I guess I cut off timber production a while ago. Well, we have tons of farmers here, so let's just let that continue. Ooh, we've got an advanced timber production. It requires reinforced concrete, so we can't use that yet. Oh, I don't have enough to make a warehouse. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll just pick some up on this ship and then come back with it. Right, so let's drop off the sails. Let's move the rest of the ships here. And then here, we want to just pick up some of that timber. Bring it out to this area and then we'll increase timber production. Let me know when you get there. Right, over to the New World just for a moment. I want to build some extra Yonel arrows and stuff. So what do you guys need? Ah yes, fried plantains. What would happen if we just did that? Would that work? Yeah. Some extra houses there for us. Mirror copied. Alright, cool. So some extra people can move in. We'll start getting plantain production going. So official factory needs to be done out on the sides. A more reliable industry, I suppose, would be good. For just wood production, whatever else we need to build. So I'll do a warehouse just in the middle of those. Actually, I'll give it some space because if I build the timber really close by, they might just, I was going to say drive, but you know what I mean, move around towards the timber itself directly rather than waiting. Alright. Basically what I mean by that is you can I didn't need to put these planks here, right? The plank buildings, the sawmills. I put down 3 lumberjack huts, which is 3 to 3, 1 to 1. And each building could just feed directly into one processing building. You can actually put them next to each other, and usually the forest overlapping thing is totally fine. But I feel like, yeah, they're going to be loading and unloading a bit long now, because just at first, because they kind of were going in there, and then they would have had to unload to go right next to them. It just was a bit of an inefficiency. I'm not explaining it well, but I think everyone knows probably anyway. Alright, cool. So that's the fish oil. I know our ship beeped, by the way. I'll get back to it in a second. And then, yeah, some farms. So let's go somewhere like there.
Stand aside, boss.
128. Don't get dirt in those fancy shoes. Alright, so a little banana farm. So they're 1 to 1, aren't they? 30 second, 30 second, 30 seconds. I'll pop this one down here. And we can remove this now. Alright, so plantain production right there. And I suppose this will be a good enough warehouse for now. So are we healed up? Have we dropped everything off? Yep. So we're okay now for a bit. We could group these guys, keep them together, grouped, and just go out exploring a little bit. Uncover some more fog of war. And then you can go settle another island. So we needed, I think it's 10 or 8. Pretty sure it's 8. And then we'll just take 50. I'm gonna go to that island that had the orchid on it, because we'll need that in the future. And then we'll go to Manola later. That's all fine. I thought Manola didn't open up until you reached Artisan, or whatever the tier 2 workforce here is called. Why can't I remember what they're called? Obreros. Yeah, I thought you needed like, 1,000 Obreros and then Manola becomes available. But I was like, oh wow, it's just there. Right from the beginning. Which is like kind of super powerful, but we'll get there. Huh. Alright, so we've solved a good amount of problems in this one. Pretty happy with it so far. We're still waiting on a few things, so we have to still make the hops, and we're trying to, yeah, get enough bricks and stuff over here, and wood, which I have to unload that ship. There we go. Cool. So with the wood, we'll build the warehouse to allow wood production just to thrive over here on its own. Like so. Okay, cool. So then we'll just do 3 of these. Nice. I'll just keep wood going, at least in the background, for a little while. Alright, so bonk and bonk. So now you've got your extra silo things. And that should allow dung production to start happening. Might have to think of a better layout for these, because they are quite messy. I like what I've done with this one. It's like, yeah, that works, and this fits together. You could probably do something similar then on this side. So we could get rid of that. Move that forward. Move this over. Move this over. And then try fit something in on that side and kind of keep doing that over and over again. Where it makes sense, I guess. I suppose you don't actually even need this. Just trying to fit these together like little Tetris pieces. There we go. That's together. Yeah. Alright, and then we'll just move it all. Cost me a bit of money, but not too bad. Down there. Then we'll just connect this back up here, because it's not actually connected. And maybe upgrade this, because it's going to be busy. We have to wait. Alright, cool. Well, there we go. So, are these online, by the way? Oh, the sheep farms would be, yeah. We'll have to turn off the ones that don't have silos, so that we can produce dung actively. Just make sure that they're sort of more one-to-one with numbers, so they don't get totally backed up. Just pausing buildings and checking against the numbers. This one as well, I guess. Alright, we'll turn that one on then. Alright, cool. So, in order to... And actually, we'll be making more when we deliver this. So, we also want to then send over grain. And then make much more grain on that home island. So, this is the agri import. This is an export. Yeah, so... Nova Roma is picking up bread, schnapps, and suits and sending it over to Brundisium. So, we'll also send over the grain. On the same ship. And then we'll just have to put in a reserve amount here. There's our rum, so that's going to give us more money again. That newspaper, has it kicked off or ended yet? Because that's where we're making a lot of our money from. Remember, it's fake money while we balance the economy in other ways. I'm just trying to move down here. The port is a little chaotic right now, but we can't trade yet. I thought I could here, but I can't. There we go. Alright, drop that in. Drop that in. Those sails are helping us make more ships quickly, so that's nice. And the wood, I suppose. Yeah, let's do it again, actually. Another 2 clippers, please. Can never have enough. We're getting a little low on influence now, though, actually.
A new commission?
Alright, we set up another island. That's more defenses. And is that a pirate ship? No, it's just a regular ship of the line. Yeah, let's just continue finding some of the fog of war here.
Fleet moving in convoy.
Just so we can keep an eye on the pirates.
Fleet on the move.
It'd be interesting to have an active fog of war system where it's like...
A new milestone.
Oh, they're quite unhappy. Where you don't see it if you're not there, you know, so you really don't know what's coming out of the shadows. What do we have? Sombreros? It's ponchos. And then they need rum. Of course they do. Can they make rum here? They actually cannot. They can on this island, though, so yeah, it's going to be so complicated setting up the New World and maintaining everything, but... Oh well. Ship under attack.
Just say the word.
I'm seeing a little pirate ship here. Well, I'll just give you the attack order. I'll give you guys the attack order. Anyone else?
Keep her constant.
Maybe this guy. Just send them all after it. But the clippers that aren't doing anything, they can just chill. Well, it would be good actually to station a clipper maybe up towards Eli or even a frigate, just so we can see, or any of the traders, just to buy a few items every now and then, because our money's come up quite a lot, so it could be time to start optimizing a bit better with that stuff. Anyway, check back in on beer. That's kind of been our focus for a while, so we're still low on hops, so yeah. Sorry, this one's been taking a really long time to come together, so we have to send over grain, so grain needs to be expanded now, so let's do that. Grain can be built with fertilizer silos, and we could use some of the dung to also benefit the grain, hopefully boosting it. So we'll do One there and one there. Bring a road in like this. And just another one of these. Okay, so starting with this one, just cover up to the edge. And they need their own silo area as well. Cool. Right. Just make use of the entire cliff, I guess. Is that enough? Yeah. And then this one has to do the same, so silo can go in.
Are you finally embracing a just cause?
Sank my enemy ship, which was... Oh, I was going to say it was him, but it wasn't. Alright, let's go see what we got. How's our ship of the line doing? Totally fine. It's just patrolling... There's the pirate island. It's just patrolling back and forth between it. You want to give me a gift?
We'll raise a glass to you.
We got an affiliated anarchist. Affects farmer, worker, residents, terraced worker houses, and something else. I didn't quite see what it actually does. It increases happiness. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to boost the workforce. Oh my god, there's so much... Oh, that's because I didn't have enough steel at the time, wasn't it? Yeah, and I was just worried that we wouldn't be sending enough over to the other island. So, something like this, just even in place of a couple of farmer households, would boost them significantly. The school is there, so I'm gonna get rid of these 4. Sorry. So just to see that, that's giving us... We're going from negative 63 to plus 200. And we're also losing 3 happiness, but this guy is boosting 3 happiness. So these two work together quite nicely. We have all these different styles of town hall now that we can also build. So the old town hall is a DLC. These are some of the modded ones then by Jakob. They can fit in with more engineers or the scholars. So super cool that we have variants now for town halls that will fit the city as we start to grow it and make it look a bit more prestigious and better. And then even high-rise ones. So super awesome. Love it. Absolutely love it. But we'll stick with Old Town for now. What else was I doing? It's so hard to keep up. We were building these. These are okay. Is this done? Yeah, no, it's not. Not at all. That's what the extra workforce is allowing us to do there, right? Plant all these fields. So they're looking to get dung. So again, we've got a very busy little exchange of routes here. Importing cheese and clothes. So yeah, we'll want to import dung as an agricultural product. And just set a reserve for that because we'll need it in both islands. And I'm just hoping that we can make enough of it. So dung, let's set the minimum to be, I don't know, 30. You know what, I'm going to go even higher than that. I think 50 is probably necessary. Just because you don't want your whole... If the dung economy falls apart, like, everything slows down, so I'd rather just be safe on this island at first and then have a knock-on effect to the other one first. Anyways, so we needed more hops. It might be just easier than building onto the hops farms right now. Excuse me, just going with more hops farms until we can sustain the dung and everything I was talking about. Looks like we're starting to make it, though, actually. It's quicker than I thought, so it's 2 tons per minute. At the moment, we're still not quite making enough to support Nova Roma. But we are making enough to support here. But I haven't actually added on the consumption buildings for it yet. And then work clothes is probably going to fill up as well. The cattle don't make dung, they make milk.
Ship constructed.
I think. Although, actually, they can have silos too. Maybe they could do both. Maybe. That would ruin my lovely little setup here, but I'm curious. I need to check that out. We'll just throw one in like that and see.
A free people with freedom to create beyond imagination.
Oh yeah, they do.
Well, these ships.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to check out. So, we'll be making more beef. 1 ton per pasture per cycle. So 3 tons of... Oh no, 4 tons of milk right now, right? Yeah. You do get a lot of milk out of these. See, this is just modded, so it's a little bit different. So I'm just kind of, you know, visibly thinking it through and seeing, like, how does it work and what can we really do to get more dung, and then that'll boost our grain. It's kind of an interesting problem. I've mentioned it before, but it's like, okay, You need grain to fill the silos to produce the dung. You need dung to boost the grain. Well, I guess I don't have to get dung to boost grain, but I'd like to. It seems like it'd be well worthwhile doing that. In fact, saying that, it really does mean that this should be the priority, not the other island. Yeah, because this is where grain is made. That makes sense. Okay, then. Let's just carve out another little area there for it. This will all need a big rework then, but even just 2 of these for now, and then we've got 2 of them up there as well. That should be a decent boost. These are also being boosted further, aren't they? Productivity 50%, number of modules 25. Yeah. Yeah, I think in the next episode we have to do some... We've got the money now, 200,000. We've hit new influence milestones. Population's good. We have money, at least temporarily, with the newspaper. So I think it'd be good to start shuffling things around. I'll do it in the next one, early in the next episode. I'll make it a time lapse.
I dream of better.
But yeah, so before I wrap up, we've gone just about an hour now. I'd really like to have gotten that beer number up, but we're still a bit short. Although I could boost them just ever so slightly. So let's go 20%. Oh, this is a separate building. Interesting. I guess it is a different workforce, so it makes sense. So that'd be more than we need now, but we have to check our other numbers then. So hops will be fine. So just turn on all islands, I guess. Hops will be consuming 5. We're still only producing 2. And then malt will be slightly low as well. Although I would just build another malt house because we have the workforce for it. And we can start setting up all these new ships that we've made. Start setting up some routes going between here and the New World, I think. It's about time. Build some new piers. Still so slow for steel production. It's a really big bottleneck of mine.
A new commission?
Some pirates poking and prodding around still. Okay, so it looks like our silos are now working. Our delivery of grain has come in, so that's good. Which means wool production's probably like really good. Yeah, it's just shot up. I assume that's shooting up just now from 16 to 22. But that's not as important as the dung number, which is 2. Yeah, it's still 2. Okay, fair enough. All right, well, I'll have to figure that out, but for now, bonk, we'll just get 3 of these. Just gonna slam them down. 3,000, it's not that much money, and I'll just put in another one of these.
Simply go to press.
And that should get beer running. I'll answer the press thing in just 1 sec. So that's enough malt now. Let's do all islands. Enough malt. Not enough grain. So we need more grain. Although if we make that dung delivery, we'll be okay. And we do have... No, still not enough hops either. God damn. Alright, we'll solve it in the next one. Beer is a big priority then. Have to shuffle things around, work out a few things with items, and we'll see how we get on. Let's review this newspaper and then call it. Sewing machines are running out. Am I even making sewing machines? I can't even remember. I feel like I'm not. Sea battle captivates the people, but it's an increased riot chance. Oh. With the outcome in the balance, we must remain hopeful of a famous triumph. I think we've been winning. Yeah, well, we're definitely going to throw down some propaganda. 10% on that one. Want to get rid of the needs consumption. We'll do something kind of basic. Oh, maybe attack speed. Yeah. Wake up and join up. All right, cool. Still plenty of influence then left over. So our money has come back down in line with the real number. But now, before we build any more, I really do just need to balance what we have. Quite happy with the amount of houses and everything. So if we just have a real quick look here at the end. Residences. 100 odd farmers, 100 odd workers, and 80 artisans. That seems like pretty good numbers. Nothing too massive just yet, but that should be enough to carry us into engineers. And then allow us to think about, yeah, just getting all these chains running. And then let me focus on the New World for a while. So... Ooh, actually, we've got a quest. Just click that before I forget.
We're always looking to those we can trust.
A collection quest. Yeah, we'll do that. Damn, there was something I was going to mention, though. I guess I'll just have to leave it.
As it's weak.
Yeah. Alright, we'll leave it there for then. That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if you're a channel member, you get these episodes a little bit early. You get comment priority, so I always see comments from members first, whether or not the video is early, just because YouTube's backend actually displays members first, and with like a little filter system as well, so that's quite nice. Although I do read them all anyway, but if you want to get your comments a bit higher priority in case I do miss some, That's the way to go about it. So thank you as well to all the channel members that we do have. Also, you get in the credits. You can join my Discord for free, discord.gg/WDP. And yeah, if there's anything you'd like to see in the series, let me know. And that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.